Leviticus Chapter 22. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying,
Speak to Aaron and his sons, that they treat with respect the holy offerings which the children of Israel consecrate to me, so that they will not profane my holy name. I am Yahweh. Say to them, whoever of all your descendants throughout your generations, who goes near the holy things which the children of Israel consecrate and sanctify to Yahweh, while he is ceremonially unclean, that person shall be cut off from my presence. I am Yahweh. Whatever man of the descendants of Aaron who is a leper, or who has an infectious skin disease, or has a bodily discharge, shall not eat the holy offerings until he is ceremonially clean. He will also be unclean if he becomes polluted by touching a corpse, or if he has an emission of semen, or if he touches any crawling thing that makes him unclean, or any person who makes him unclean. Whatever his uncleanness may be, the person who has touched any such thing shall be unclean until sunset. He must not eat any of the holy offerings unless he has bathed himself with water. And when the sun goes down, he shall be clean. And afterward he may eat the holy offerings, because it is his food. Whatever is found dead or torn by wild animals, he must not eat, to become defiled by it. I am Yahweh. They shall therefore keep my ordinance, so they do not become guilty and die for profaning them by contempt. I am Yahweh, who sets them apart as holy. No one outside a priest family may eat the holy offerings, nor may the guest of a priest or his hired worker eat it. But if the priest buys a person with his money, that person may eat it. Or if a slave is born in his house, his slave may eat his food. If a priest's daughter marries anyone other than a priest, she may not eat any of the holy offerings. But if the priest's daughter becomes a widow or divorced, and has no child, and has returned to her father's house as in her youth, she may eat her father's food, but no unauthorized person may eat any of it. If anyone eats a holy offering by mistake, he must make restitution to the priest for the offering, and add a fifth of the value to it. The priest must not desecrate nor profane the holy offerings the children of Israel present to Yahweh, by allowing them to eat the holy offerings, and so bring upon them guilt requiring payment. I am Yahweh, who sets them apart and makes them holy.
And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying,
Speak to Aaron and his sons, and to all the children of Israel, and say to them, whatever man of the house of Israel, or the strangers living in Israel, who offers his sacrifice for any of his vows, or for any of his freewill offerings, which they offer to Yahweh as a burnt offering, you must present a male without blemish or defect from the cattle, sheep, or goats, in order that it may be accepted on your behalf. Whatever has a defect or blemish, you must not offer it, for it will not be acceptable on your behalf. Whoever offers a sacrifice of peace offering to Yahweh to fulfill his special vow, or as a freewill offering, it must be brought from the cattle or the sheep, and it must be perfect to be acceptable. There shall be no defect in it. Do not offer to Yahweh the blind, the injured, nor the maimed, neither anything with warts, or festering or running sores. Do not place any of these on the altar as an offering made by fire to Yahweh. You may, however, present as a freewill offering a cow, or bull, or a sheep that is deformed or stunted, but it will not be accepted in fulfillment of a vow. You must not offer to Yahweh an animal whose testicles are bruised, crushed, torn, or cut. You must not do this in your own land. And you must not accept such animals from the hand of a foreigner and offer them as the food for your heavenly Father. They will not be accepted on your behalf, for they are deformed and have defects.
And Yahweh said to Moshe,
When a cow, or a bull, or a sheep, or a goat is born, it is to remain with its mother for 7 days. From the 8th day on, it will be acceptable as an offering made by fire to Yahweh. Whether it is a cow or ewe sheep, do not kill both her and her young on the same day. And when you offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving to Yahweh, offer it that it may be acceptable for you. It must be eaten that same day. You shall leave none of it until morning. I am Yahweh. Therefore you shall keep my laws, and perform and do them. I am Yahweh. You shall not profane my holy name, but I will be hallowed among the children of Israel. I am Yahweh who sanctifies you, and sets you apart as holy, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your heavenly Father. I am Yahweh.
Leviticus chapter